with a simple direct message on Instagram. The message was harmless enough, just a simple "Hey there, I like your profile." But then the messages began to come in at all hours of the day and night. They were relentless, and they became increasingly creepy and suggestive. At first, Claire tried to ignore them, hoping that the person would lose interest and move on. But as the messages became more frequent and more invasive, she began to feel like someone was watching her every move. She started to become paranoid, looking over her shoulder every time she left her apartment and constantly checking her phone for new messages. As the weeks went by, the messages became more aggressive, with the stalker demanding that Claire respond to his messages or face the consequences. She tried to block him, but he always seemed to find a way to contact her, using different social media platforms and even texting her from a different phone number. One night, Claire heard a strange noise outside her apartment. She peered out her window and saw a figure lurking in the shadows. She called the police, but by the time they arrived, the person was gone. The incident only heightened Claire's fears, and she began to wonder if the stalker was the person she saw outside her apartment. She couldn't shake the feeling that he was always watching her, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike. One day, she received a package in the mail. Inside was a set of photos that had been taken of her without her knowledge. The photos were of her leaving her apartment, getting into her car, and even walking down the street. The stalker had been following her for weeks, and she had no idea. Claire finally decided to confide in her friend, Emma, who worked as a private investigator. Emma took the case and started investigating, trying to track down the stalker's identity. Through careful surveillance and some clever detective work, Emma was able to identify the stalker as a former classmate of Claire's, someone she had barely spoken to in high school. He had become obsessed with her through social media, using fake accounts to monitor her every move and send her the creepy messages. Emma worked with the police to arrest the stalker, and he was charged with stalking and harassment. Claire felt a sense of relief and closure knowing that the person who had been terrorizing her had been caught. But even after the stalker was arrested, Claire still felt like she was being watched. It took her months to feel safe again, and she still couldn't shake the feeling that someone was always watching her, waiting for the perfect moment to strike again.